first one I'll share is just the follow-up to the woman who had been forced to wear hijab, because I did,
Yeah.
and I know a lot of people here really were invested in that. So I just wanted to let you reassure you all, like I did get in touch with her, and we are in communication. So this is it. I basically, after our stream, I kind of got back in touch when my head was in a better place. And I just said, hi there, I'm so sorry I got back to you so late. I literally read your message and had no words after hearing your story and what you've gone through and what you had put up with for so long. And then I felt like there was no way I could do my stream that same day and not show the world what brave young women like you have to put up with and live with. First of all, I just want to say how strong and brave you are. I'm so sorry your own parents, who are meant to love and support and nurture you, are the ones who keep you in this cage and stop you from being able to live your true life. I want to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind me asking, just to see if there's any way we could try and improve your situation. So just please tell me if you think that your parents will force you into a marriage as you're now 18, because you are in America, thankfully, and there are options and shelters and hostels you could approach and explain the situation to, and I could help you. We could also look for internships or apprenticeships or courses or something that would get you out of the house and for you to earn some money too, and then plan to leave. Please let me know how I can help at all. I'm always here if you need to talk. And again, I just want to say well done for knowing who you are and your value as a woman, and not letting Islam make you live the life of a second-class citizen. You are so intelligent and a true fighter. And yeah, so I was like, we're all rooting for you. Just look at the comments of the video and you'll see. So I want to say thank you to all of you out there who watched that video and you put such kind of like motivational and just heartfelt comments towards this girl, because she actually commented herself under that video saying that this is me. And I told her to go and look at the rest of the comments because it was so wholesome. So thank you all for that. And she responded saying, "It's okay. I'm just glad you saw my message. I'm so thankful for ex-Muslims speaking out and educating people on this cult. It's so damaging to society. And yes, I'm worried I'm going to be forced into a marriage. My mom's already found 2 dudes she's tried setting me up with to marry, and I was only 17. And I said no because I just couldn't. And I don't know if I should reach out to a shelter because I really don't want drama with my family or to get in trouble. If things do get worse, I will try and do something about it. I've been studying for a driver's test recently to get my license and hopefully try to convince them to let me get a job. I won't mention I want to move out. Clever. If things do get worse, I'll let you know. And thank you so much. You're the sweetest. I've learned so much from your videos. I'm glad you as well left your situation. I saw the video. It's good to see people finally speak up against Islam. I'm so sick of the media defending it and saying it's a saying it's a religion of peace, even not knowing what the book says. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. I basically messaged her a lot more about the marriage situation and what we could do. I don't want to kind of go into all the details with you guys, but yeah, she responded again saying, "Thank you. I appreciate it so much. And yes, my mom is scared to drive. So luckily I'm allowed to drive once I get my license, and hopefully I can convince them to let me get a job. They're scared. They get scared I'll talk to boys as if I'm doing drugs or something. Like, chill. We're all humans. Who cares what gender someone is? But yeah, if things get serious, I will get the police involved, but I'm scared to go against them because they will take away my iPad. I don't have a phone since I'm homeschooled, and then I'll be left with nothing, which is mainly why I'm scared to go against them, because they have so much power that they can just send me on a flight to Yemen and get me married the next day to fix me. And in Yemen, it's an Islamic country, obviously, no women's rights. So I want to do everything sneakily and just ghost them eventually. And yes, my mom always uses the when you get married thing on me when I ask, can I dye my hair? Or so it doesn't get damaged before so it doesn't get damaged before I'm married, which is so dumb, but I'll never say yes to arranged marriages. That's just stupid. Why would I marry a person I don't even know? Again, thank you so much for caring, and continue doing what you do until people have the right to wear what they want and choose if they want to get married or not, and who to get married to. This is 2022 and these things still exist. It's important to speak up against these things no matter what the reaction of people is. Criticism of Islam isn't racist or Islamophobic, it's the truth. So there is a lot to unpack there, but I mean, I just wanted to share some insights of, for some women out there, getting something as small as what we take for granted, Haris, people like you and I, like a driver's license, like, oh, I'll apply for that the day I turn 16, get my provisional, start driving. These tiny little things are literally their key to emancipation. Being able to drive a car, having the audacity to say no to marriage proposals that are coming to you at 17. All this girl has right now, the only way she listens to us, the only way she watches us, is on an iPad. And if that was to be taken away from her, essentially all of her freedom and her connection to this outside world and hearing like-minded people and know that there are people on her behalf who are doing her bidding for women's rights and for Islam, the truth of Islam to be exposed. I just think it's such a big deal that some people have almost fragments of freedom to work with, which they need to use to like catapult them to a life, you know, that they can like live of their own choosing and of their own volition. And this is your own parents. So that was very heart-wrenching. And obviously if things do get worse, like, you know, I've reached out to my friends in the States who know a lot more about how things work on a procedural level there. So there's always that. But this is one girl's story and her fight for freedom.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of them, and it is sad. Like, I mean, when because we end up living in such comfortable lives, or you know, or we have our own challenges as well, that we actually forget that what is right now happening in in you know, other people's lives. There's a SBS channel, which is one of the not-for-profit channels in Australia. They used to say six SBS, and then it would say at the bottom, the slogan was 6 billion stories and counting. Well, I think it's now gone past 7 billion, I think, but I think they've kept that old slogan. But anyway, so every story, there's something going on right now. There's the person whose letter that I read out. There's thousands of atheists or thousands of other people, some Muslim people as well, whatever, people who are going through these challenges, and we just go, there's so much suffering. It's just unnecessary. You know, it's the unnecessary one.
So I'll just share this one with you guys. As you mentioned, the Pakistani girl, this is, and again, I said these aren't as much love letters as they are just like people's life stories that are coming out in the form of these messages. So this is a story that has come out of Kashmir itself. So this woman message saying, "Hey Nuria, it took a lot of contemplation to decide whether I should write to you or not. I want to share my story of becoming an ex-Muslim last year. I feel liberated after leaving Islam, yet at the same time, I'm quite angry at myself for being deeply involved in this cult and wasting so much time, energy, and productive years of my life when I could have done something better. I studied Islam for the last 12 years, and I also took a proper Alima course from a Salafi Wahhabi institute here in Kashmir, India. After pondering over the flaws of Islam deeply, I am an atheist now. However, the psychological damage is already done. I have seen the menace of the Islamic clergy from quite close. Being a female from an Islamic-dominated society of Kashmir, I'm struggling to escape the mental and physical shackles of this oppressive system. I can't discuss this with anyone, especially with my family and friends, and even if I do so, my words will not be taken seriously, and I will be badly shamed, demonized, and I can no longer endure that. I'm planning to leave Kashmir at least. However, I don't know whether I will succeed in my attempts or not. I won't give up though, no matter what. I really want to convey to people like me that to stand for yourself and your freedom. Do whatever little you can. Just don't give up on yourself." And then she goes, "Thanks for responding. I'd love to share my story in a video recording because I obviously said your story from coming from a region like that is going to be so powerful." And she really feels like she wants to encourage people. So she said, "Most importantly, I want to focus on making the people of Kashmir aware about the curse of Islam, the stand against the radicalization that has been happening here like a plague. I can't do that, though, while being here in Kashmir, because eventually I will be hunted down along with my family, which I don't want. My first priority is getting out of here, moving to another state, and then to focus on my goals." So again, as you were saying, when you were saying, imagine what a girl there goes through, this is exactly what somebody in that part of the world goes through. And she goes, it's just that I feel hopeless sometimes, and I've got anxiety issues, and it's a long journey of self-healing, and dealing with psychological trauma is hard. I'm trying my best. I'll share the video as soon as I can. Thanks for responding. So you were wondering about, the stuff that they face. And again, there's layers to this. There's dealing with the actual physical oppression that you have around you. The fact that your mouth is almost locked up. You cannot voice your truth. And then comes, all the psychological things that come with that, and the complete feeling of isolation. And in situations like this, where you actually cannot take that step forward to leading your most authentic life until you fully cut ties and move away from that country. And as we've seen, whether somebody's already in America and they're trying to flee from a situation where their parents are holding them back, or a situation where the state is actually going to persecute you, the battles are so intense across the board when someone tries to leave Islam.
Obviously, this goes without saying, and we're now seeing a lot of it. I mean, again, I would still say women have it a lot tougher than men, but even men have it. Everyone is suffering at the hands of this ideology and this and this system of oppression and subjugation. And Islam holds true to its name. That is total subjugation or submission. We have noticed, I actually get a lot of letters from Kashmir as well for some reason, Indian Kashmir. The reason for that is I think it is about time that Kashmiri people start looking into Islam. This whole conflict with India and being played by Pakistan is the only reason that they want so-called independence. And we don't have any data whether the majority wants that or not, but whatever, there's insurgency or whatever. It's fueled by Islamism. The moment you remove Islam from Kashmiri minds, there's no reason for them to have this ongoing dispute with India, which has brought nothing but misery to Kashmiri people.
So this, I think it's a guy. I'm genuinely not sure. Hi, Nuria. I hope this email finds you in good health. I don't know if you'll get time to read this, since you must undoubtedly receive many emails like this, but I wanted to do my due diligence in expressing to you just how much your work has opened my eyes to the true, unfiltered, politically incorrect horrors of Islam. I was raised in a religious but progressive household, and religion never played a significant part in our day-to-day lives. My parents did not discourage me from learning about other faiths and be exposed to other ideas and perspectives. In my naivety, I believed the apologetics people of all faiths, but particularly Muslims, would make. I believed Muslim women when they said hijab was a free choice. I believed them when they said their faith empowers and fulfills them. I believed them when they said ISIS and Taliban were not truly Islamic. You get the picture. A year ago, I came across your work on YouTube. And Haris, you get a shout out too. I cannot tell you how many times my jaw hit the floor listening to you and Haris talk about what exactly was in this supposedly wonderful book. Oh, she's a woman. Yes, of course. Sorry, I literally edited these real quick before this. I have considered myself a feminist as far back as I can remember, and it was the verses about the value, worth, and purpose of women that had truly had my blood boiling. I started looking back to the apologetics I'd heard from Muslims, particularly women, and realized just how dishonest they were. I do not think they all had malicious intent. Indoctrination can do some truly sinister things to a person's mind, after all. Ain't that the truth? But the damage they do is not easy to repair. I've shared your work with a few. I've shared my work with a few of my friends and told them to pass it along, hopefully continuing the cycle. Yes, girl, this is exactly what we need. The work you and other ex-Muslim YouTubers do is invaluable, and I just wanted to convey how much it has helped me understand the beast in human skin that is the religion of peace. I truly hope that the spark that is the ex-Muslim movement continues to fan into a glorious inferno that will consume this disgusting, inhumane ideology. Cheers. I think that's a great message to end with, because wow, that was powerful at the end there. That huge inferno, which, we do sometimes get excited when last week we shared the ex-Muslim group in Kerala, the official organization that has come about. So,
I saw that video. You put that excerpt up quite recently, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, you're in it with me, so.
No, because I put it up nearly 2 weeks ago, and you just put it up now. But it's a good one.
It is a very good one.
Would you caption? your thumbnail says something like ex-Muslim organizations are on the rise or something,
Yeah.
on the move or something like
We
that.
need
So
to
it's
start
just
showing people this upward trajectory now. It is definitely
exactly.
happening. Okay,
Uh,
so did you want to say anything?
and that's the whole point of showing these love letters to you.
If you like these videos and want to support me in my activism, then you can support me on Patreon or PayPal. Stay free, everyone.